Advantage Real Madrid over in La Liga as El Clasico ends in favour of the host. We'll take a look at what that's done to the table and much more next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. This time we're looking forward to match day number 27 out in Espanyol, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button, keep you bang up to date with all things La Liga related, Blackburn Rovers related, whoa, football related. We're all here under one roski. So let's jump into it straight away. In fact, before that, big shout out to my Patreons, boys and girls. You know who you are. We're talking Russell Frost, No Code Drinker, Tom Beresford, Tom Clark, John Spurn, Aztec, Marky B Mark, Constable 1976, and of course Mitchell Shoney, boys and girls. So thank you for supporting the channel at that extra level that you guys do. So respect to your brothers. If you are interested in becoming a Patreon and joining a VIP exclusive gang, there is a link down below. It is patreon.com/Roverseas. Check it out in the old description. And then you could become a bonus player or an extra team player for La Patreon, Blackburn Overseas. Anyway, let's jump into a thick of things. Let's take a little look at how we all got on last week. Of course, it was El Clasico last week, wasn't it, boys and girls? So this is what we're talking about. In fact, here's the criteria: 0 to 3, you're in the shit-faced gang; 4 to 5, you're in the straight-faced club; 6+. You're in the top banana. Well, let's have a little look who made it into the top banana. There might have been a couple, I think. In fact, yeah, I did absolutely terrible. A lot of you guys did very well, in fact. So kudos to you. So the prediction crown is not going with me. It's going somewhere else this time out. So Sociedad, that's my boys. Real Sociedad did beat Valladolid 1-0. I went with a 2-1 win on that one. So I started off okay. Eibar picked up a victory against Levante 3-0. I actually went with Levante on that one, 2-1 in the end. So that was a bit of a banana skin in my prediction schedule. Valencia did beat Real Betis though 2-1. I actually went with a 2-0 win on that one. Leganes and Alavés ended up all square 1-1. I actually went with a 2-1 win for Leganes on this one. Not too pretty shabby on that one. Granada and Celta Vigo ended up all square. I actually went with a 1-0 win for Granada. Sevilla did beat Osasuna in the end 3-2. I actually went with a 2-0 win for Sevilla, so not too bad indeed. Bilbao did beat Villarreal 1-0. Actually with a 2-2 draw on that one. Unfortunately, not the case. Espanyol and Atlético Madrid end up all square as well. Big point in that for Espanyol. I think the majority of us did go for Atlético Madrid on the victory, so we're all wrong on that one. Mallorca did lose at home to Getafe. Actually went with Getafe on that one, 2-1 in the end. And there it is at the bottom, El Clasico going in favour of Real Madrid to go back to top of the table. I actually went with a 2-2 draw in this one after it ended up all square 2-0 at Le Bernabeu. So as you can see, just the 4 for me, which puts me in the straight face gang. How about you guys? Well, we're going to start with Narin Karanka. Round of applause for you, brother or sister. You did pretty tip-top there. Top banana for you. We are QPR. You also did top banana as well. Welcome. Well done. Miles Austin, not too shabby. Amaji Monday also did top banana. Well done for you as well. You guys killing it. Absolutely killing it. Christian 04, though, is not killing it. Yannick Buster, not too shabby. Bossio Mattia did okay for himself. Nathan Heaver, not too shabby as well. Victor Fisher also did top banana. So, well, respect to you as well. Down the bottom there. Marius Christensen also did top banana with a legit prediction as well 5 days ago. Ultra Oma Murat, not too shabby, and Reese Grange also did top banana. So look at you guys, 6 of you did top banana, 2, 4, and 6 of us, well 7 including me, did okay. Well, 6 of us did okay. Christian 04, let's not talk about it. So this is what the table looks like at the moment. Real Madrid do lead the way. 1 point clear of Barcelona at the moment. They are the champions. Just 2 defeats this season for Real Madrid. That's not too bad when you look at it, but it is 8 draws. That's what's holding them back a little bit. Sevilla, though, on the flip side, they are 3rd. Getafe now 4th. Atlético Madrid down to 5th. And Sociedad, with a game in hand, down to 6th spot. If they win that game in hand, they could shoot all the way up to 3rd in the table. So it's not over yet for Sociedad fans. We've still got a chance in it. Valencia into 7th at the moment. Down the bottom, Espanyol, Leganes and Mallorca going down as it stands to Segundo Division. We'll also have to see what that pans out with. How many games left? We're looking at 12 games left, something like that. Out in La Liga. Still lots of ups and downs to take place, I'm pretty sure of it. So let's kick on to match day number 27. That's going to start taking place this Friday, which will be the 6th of March. And we're going to start with Deportivo Alavés up against Valencia. That's right. The two sides did play earlier in the season. It was ended up 2-1 in favour of Valencia. That was in Valencia. And over the last 6 encounters, we've seen Valencia pick up 5 wins. Alavés just that one. The one victory for Alavés was all the way back 2018 in the Cup. It was a 2-1 win. Valencia have actually lost their last 3 away matches in La Liga, so it's a good chance of Alavés to take advantage of that. But on the flip side, Valencia have also conceded at least 3 goals in those last 3 away matches, so they've been very, very leaky. And speaking of those last 3 away matches for Valencia, they were defeats to Sociedad, Getafe and Granada. They've also lost quite heavily to Atalanta as well in the thick of things. The second leg for that game won't take place for another week or so. But yes, all focus is on Alavés at the moment. Heading into this, the bookmakers, they'll go with... What do they all go with on this one? If you give me a second, I'll let you know. They're going to go with 13-8 for the victory for Alavés, 11-5 is the draw, 17-10 is the away win. Heading into this, obviously, Valencia have got Champions League ambitions on their horizon. They sit 7th at the table, a win away from going up to 5th. Whereas Alavés are down mid-table at the moment, 13th spot, a win away from going top 10. Alavés heading into this, just 1 defeat at the past 5. Valencia heading into this, 1 win at the past 4. So a little bit ropey for this one. And that's given me a little bit of food for thought, but I'm going to side with the bigger boys here and Valencia to take the 2-1 win and get themselves a shot back at the Europa League spots. Next up, we have Eibar taking on Mallorca. This is a relegation 6-pointer, I would say. Eibar still in the conversation at the moment. 16th in the table, 18th Mallorca. So both sides needing the victories. Heading into this, Mallorca just 1 win at the past 6. Eibar 1 win at the past 5, but only 2 defeats in that past 5 as well. So a lot of draws for Eibar recently. Heading into this, the 2 sides have only played each other 3 times over recent history. And it's just been 1 win for Eibar, 2 wins for Mallorca over the course of those few seasons. That win was, well, one of those wins was last time out back in August. It was a 2-1 win for Mallorca in Mallorca with Dani Rodriguez on the score sheet, Paulo Oliveira on the score sheet as well for Eibar. He also scored the big fat OG, which gave Mallorca the 3 points. Heading into this, Mallorca actually failed to win their last 12 away matches in La Liga, so it'll be a bit of a hurdle for them to do so this time out. Mallorca are actually 70-4 for the away victory, 5-2 is the draw. If you want to go for the home banker, it's 10-7 on in favour of Eibar, and I am actually going to go with a draw on this one. Obviously, Mallorca have they been drawing? They haven't been drawing that many games, but that point, if that was to be the case, wouldn't do much favour for Mallorca. It would put them 1 point closer to safety. But they're actually still stuck in the drop zone no matter what. Whereas Eibar on the flip side, they're moving 1 point closer to 15th. But again, no real move on the table with that result. Next up, we have a bit of crunch clash towards the top end of the table. It is 5th place Atlético Madrid up against 3rd place Sevilla. Obviously, a win for Atlético Madrid could see him leapfrog Sevilla back into 3rd spot. A lot of big games still left to be played in La Liga. Heading into this last 6 encounters, though, going in favour of Sevilla. Only just 1 win for Atlético Madrid, 3 draws and 2 wins for Sevilla. They played in Seville earlier in the season. It was a 1-1 draw. Franco Vasquez for the score sheet for Sevilla. Alvaro Morata on the score sheet for Madrid. In fact, you're going to go back to 2018 in Sevilla for the last victory either way, and that went in favour of Atletico Madrid. Around about this time last year as well, February 25th, 2018, and that was a 5-2 win for Atletico Madrid. Griezmann hat-trick, Koke and Costa on the score sheet for Madrid. Pablo Zabriera and Nolito on the score sheet for Sevilla. Heading into this, Sevilla have actually scored at least 2 goals in the last 3 matches, whereas Atletico Madrid are actually undefeated in 19 of the last 20 home matches. So you fancy your chances, I'd say, Atletico Madrid heading into this. Also taking place on Saturday, 10-11 on in favour of Atletico Madrid for the home victory, 23-10. Long shot draw, 60-5, even longer shot for the away win on this bad boy. So, heading into this, form-wise, Atletico Madrid have actually lost once in the past 6 games. Sevilla also lost once in the past 6 games. So it's back-to-back wins for Sevilla. Only 1 win and 3 for Atletico Madrid. It's tough old boots, this one, but I'm going to go with Atletico Madrid's home form to give them the win. And that could, like I said, put them back into 3rd spot, but a point clear of Sevilla. However, that could change with Getafe's result against Celta Vigo. We'll have a look at that in a little bit. Next up, we have Barcelona up against Real Sociedad. Another little crunch clash here. Obviously, Barcelona heading into this on the back of a defeat. 2 defeats of the past 6 for them. Sociedad 2 defeats of the past 6 as well. 3 wins on the spin. They're looking up though. Sociedad heading into this. In fact, let's take a look at the last 6 encounters between 2 sides. This is where it all goes in favour of Barcelona. They are 5 wins of the past 6 between these 2 sides. The only other result was a draw, and that draw was earlier in the season in Sociedad. It was a 2-2 draw. Goals from Mikel Oyarzabal and Alexander Isak for Sociedad. Griezmann and Suarez on the score sheet for Barcelona. Barcelona have actually won 19 of the last 20 home matches. Whereas Sociedad have actually won their last 3. We did talk about that briefly. Heading into this, in fact, it's actually 5 wins on the spin for Sociedad in all competitions, including the Cup. Picking up wins against Valladolid, Valencia, Mirandes, Bilbao, and Real Madrid back in the Cup back in the start of February. Whereas Barcelona actually won 3 times in the past 6 matches in all competitions. So it might be a good time to play Barcelona. A little bit wobbly, maybe. They're actually red-hot favourites, though. 3-1 on for Barcelona for the home victory. 4-1 is the draw. 8-1 is the long shots. That is Sociedad. A win for Sociedad, though, who currently find themselves in 6th. Could see them also leapfrog everybody in that chasing pack to 3rd spot. I did say that. But that's a big old tall order to come to the Camp Nou to beat Barcelona. But I'm actually going to side with Barcelona with a 3-0 win against my better judgment. Next up, we have Getafe, who currently sit in 4th spot. That is Champions League for them at the moment, taking on 17th place Celta Vigo, who are hanging on for the dear life in La Liga. They are just above the drop zone. 1 defeat out of the past 6, though, for Celta Vigo. Decent form for them. Getafe just 1 win in 3. Their win last time out was their first after back-to-back defeats. Heading into this, though, the last 6 encounters sees 3 wins for Getafe, 2 draws, and only 1 win for Celta Vigo. That win for Celta Vigo was in Getafe back in 2016. Around about this time in 2016, 27th of Feb. Heading into, so they played in Celta Vigo earlier in the season. It was a 1-0 win for Getafe. On the score sheet that day was Kennedy. Yes, that's right. Not JF Kennedy, but just Kennedy. Celta Vigo actually failed to win their last 6 away matches heading into this. So Getafe will fancy the chances. 3-4 on in favour for the victory for the home team. 23-10 is the draw. 17-4 is the away win. This game is the final game of Saturday. And it has a big implications at the top and the bottom of the table. A win for Getafe could see them also go 3rd in the table above Sevilla and the chasing pack. A win for Celta Vigo could get them away from the old drop zone above Eibar, maybe into 16th spot. But I'm going to go with Getafe on this one. 2-1 win at home should do themselves wonder of good in the chase for Champions League football. Into Sunday we go. It's Osasuna up against Espanyol. Osasuna, one of the draw meisters within the division, picking up 10 draws so far. They actually 1 win in the past 5 games. Osasuna heading into this. Those other 4 were defeats. Up against Espanyol's side, who are digging their heels in and trying to get themselves out of the old relegation zone. They're out of the Europa League now. That's done and dusted. But heading into this, it's just 1 win in the past 6 for them as well. So it's 2 sides, ropey form at the moment. Espanyol are picking up a few draws, but they need to turn those draws into wins if they're going to get out of it. Heading into this, the last 6 encounters between 2 sides, 2 wins for Osasuna, 3 wins for Espanyol, 1 draw as well. These 2 sides did duke it out in Espanyol earlier in the season. It was a 6-goal barnstorm, and that game actually took place at the back end of the year. It looks like just around about the 1st of December. It looks like 6-goal thriller, 4-2 in favour of Osasuna. Ruben Garcia, Chimiao Vieira, John Macoida, Roberto Torres. I butchered all those names. Those were the scores for Osasuna. Fancundo Roncalia get himself sent off on that occasion. Mark Roca and Jonathan Cagliari on the score sheet for Espanyol. Heading into this, Espanyol have actually conceded at least 2 goals in 7 of the last 8 away matches, so they won't fancy the chances here up against Osasuna's side. The bookmakers go 5-4 in favour of Osasuna. 9-4 is the draw. 11-5 is the away win. A win for Osasuna, who are in 12th spot. Could see them rise a couple of spots to 10th. A win for Espanyol. Could see them get out, or no, could see them get to 18th spot in the La Liga, and that'll be closer to get themselves doing a great escape down the foot of the table. So tough old boots this one, but I'm actually going to go with a draw on this one. Even Stevens in the end. I think it'll be a bigger point for Espanyol. Osasuna will not really make up any traction for any late Europa League pushes, less movement heading into this. Next up, we have Valladolid up against Athletic Bilbao. Valladolid heading into this 15th in the table. Bilbao 10th. Bilbao's form is a little bit ropey. They did win last time out, but before that was 4 defeats on the spin. Valladolid heading into this with a bit of a ropey form as well. 2 wins at the past 6. So 2 sides with kind of not great form in La Liga. Heading into this, though, the last 6 encounters between 2 sides, 2 wins for Valladolid, 1 win for Bilbao, 3 draws along the way. One of those draws was last time out back in October. It was a 1-1 draw. Inaki Williams on the score sheet for Bilbao. Ingano Martinez with a big fat OG to give Valladolid a share of the spoils here. So this game takes place in Valladolid. So last time they played in Valladolid went in favour of the host. It was a 1-0 win last season, back end of it, around about May time. Bilbao have actually failed to win their last 6 away matches, so it's pretty ropey away form heading into this. Taking place on Sunday, the bookmakers 7-4 for Valladolid, 90-10 for the draw, 9-5 is the away win. If Bilbao are victorious in 10th spot, they could rise 1 spot to above Granada in 9th, whereas Valladolid are in 15th, a win away from going potentially 11th spot. It's a big old jump if they were to get the luck of the draw elsewhere. For me, I'm going to side with a 2-1 win for the away team, Athletic Bilbao. Obviously, they did win last time out. 4 defeats on the spin prior to that, though. Can they get back on a nice little run to get back into the Europa League conversation? Probably not, but I think they'll do the trick this weekend. Next up, we have Levante up against Granada. 2 sides smack dab in the middle of the table. Granada are 9th, Levante are 11th. Heading into this, the last 6 encounters between 2 sides. 4 wins for Levante, 2 wins for Granada, 0 draws at the last 6 games. Last time they played was back in December. It was in Granada. It was a 2-1 win for Levante. Big result for them. Ruben Roshina, respect my brother. Ex-Blackburn Rovers player right there. Enes Barrandi on the score sheet for Levante as well. Darwin Mackis on the score sheet for Granada. The last time I played in Levante was a 2-1 win for Granada. That's right, going the other way with Adalberto Paranda with a brace for Granada. Simao Mate. That was back in 2015. It's been a while since they've duked it out in Levante, about 4 or 5 years now. Heading into this, the bookmakers odds 21-20 in favour of Levante. 12-5 is the draw. 30-5 is the away win for Granada. A win for Levante, who have just suddenly increased in my likeness for them, because I just found out Ruben Roshina plays for them. Or kind of real. I didn't know he played in Spain. I just couldn't remember which club it was. So I'm going to keep an eye on that a little bit closer now. But anyway, a win for Levante in 11th, could see them rise 1 spot to 10th. A win for Granada in 9th, could see them rise a couple of spots to 7th. I'll be above Valencia, depending on what goes on with them. It looks like they're going to win, so probably not. They might be 8th, 7th, 8th, something like that. But that's if they are victorious, which they will be. I'm going to give them a 2-1 win for Granada against my Ruben Roshina Blackburn ex Levante. So, yeah. If I knew that, I probably would give it to Levante. But I'm going to side with Granada. Their form is pretty decent. Just 1 defeat the past 5. Picking up 3 wins in that cluster as well, just drawing the last game. Heading into this, though, the next one is Villarreal up against Leganes. Villarreal obviously competing for Europa League spots in 8th for the moment. Back-to-back defeats for them heading into this in the league. Leganes are down in the relegation zone without a win in 4. Heading into this, the last 6 encounters sees 5 wins for Villarreal, 1 win for Levante. Earlier in the season, they did play in Leganes. It was a 3-0 win for Villarreal back in September. Moreno with a brace. Jonathan Silva, the big fat OG, giving Villarreal a bonus on that occasion. The last time I played in Villarreal was a 2-1 win for the hosts as well. So you've got to go back to 2018 in the Cup for Leganes' last victory over Villarreal in all competitions. Speaking of Leganes, they've actually failed to win their last 13 away matches. I've also failed to score in the last 3 away matches. So it's going to be tough old boots for them to get anything out of this game. Heading into this, the bookmakers' odds are 6-4 in favour of Villarreal. 40-5 is the draw. 4-1 is the away win. Or should be Leganes. Heading into this, though, if Leganes were to be victorious in 19th spot, they could go above Mallorca into 18th. Whereas Villarreal are in 8th, a win away from going to 7th. To close the gap on possibly Europa League spots would be 6th spot. I'm going to side with Villarreal on this one with a 2-0 win comfortably in the end to take the 3 points. And then wrapping up the weekend is the leaders. Real Madrid, they go to Real Betis this weekend. Betis are down at 14th at the moment without a win in 6. Real Madrid, not too great form, just 1 win in the past 3. Obviously, that win was the El Clasico last weekend. Can they take advantage of that and maybe extend the lead over Barcelona or keep up the pace for Barcelona? Because Barcelona would go top before this game if they are victorious over Sociedad. So the last 6 encounters sees 2 wins for Betis, 3 wins for Real Madrid. So Betis fancy the chances here a little bit. 1 draw as well between the last 2 6. They did play at the Bernabeu earlier in the season. It was a 0-0 draw. And they also beat them last season, Betis, picking up a 2-0 win. But however, the last time they played in Betis was a 2-1 win for Real Madrid. That was January 2019. Modric and Ceballos on the score sheet for Madrid. Sergio Canales on the score sheet for Real Betis. Real Madrid actually undefeated in 16 of the last 17 matches in La Liga. Betis have actually failed to win their last 6 matches in La Liga as well. Bookmakers will go with on this one 7-2 in favour of Real Betis. 14-5 is the draw. 3-4 on in favour of Real Madrid. All eyes will be on this bad boy as well. Like I said, Real Madrid could extend the lead over Barcelona if Barcelona slip up against Sociedad, whereas Real Betis are competing to get themselves into mid-table a little bit. A win away for them this weekend against Real Madrid could see them rise to 11th. Real Madrid could open up a 4-point lead over Barcelona. That's what's on the table, but I am going to side with Real Madrid on this one. A 3-1 win in the end, going in favour of the current leaders. So this is what the table would look like if my predictions were coming on in. Barcelona would maintain their 1-point lead over Barcelona. Real Madrid will maintain their 1-point lead over Barcelona. Getafe moving up a couple spots to third. Atlético Madrid also into to Champions League spots as well. Sevilla, Valencia, and Real Sociedad in the Europa League contention right there. Down the bottom will be Leganes, will be bottom of the table. Espanyol and Mallorca in the bottom 3, but still a lot to play for. Right now, you would say Eibar's in an okay situation, 5 points clear of the drop zone. Celta Vigo not out of it just yet. And that's, my friends, completes match day number 27. Hopefully you can get your predictions in down below. Hopefully also you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that thumbs up. If you're new, smash the subscribe. New videos every single day on the channel, whether it's FIFA, Rovers, something a bit weird. We got it all here under one roof, skis. Check out the old description. Links to my other social media platforms are in there. I did reach 1,000 followers on Twitter, but you can still join the gang. Very vocal over there. Chirping every now and again with my little comments, and keep up to date with all the football shenanigans on Twitter. So check that sucker out. Also, check out the old patreon.com if you want to be a patron for the club, an exclusive VIP member that gets that's forever in my debt and always will be mentioned, and there's loads of perks and privileges and all that for the price less than a cup of coffee. And I'm talking instant coffee, like cheap as chips coffee. For as little as the price of a bottle of water, you can become a patron for the channel. Yes, so check that sucker out. We do it all again, folks. It's just going to get thicker and faster and quicker over here as the seasons come to a close. And we're also going to start focusing on some international football, as that is about to rear its ugly head. Anyway, folks, until then, bang the thumbs up, bang the subscribes, get your predictions down below, and I'll see you next time. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.